Time for the weekly rant. Know how the song go. Let's get into this weekly rant. Y'all better leave Kwame Brown alone. Keep that man name out your mouth, especially when that man ain't say nothing. Botch it. That man ain't do nothing to you. That man was minding his own business. Matt Barnes, Steven Jackson, Stephen A. Smith, and Charlamagne the God. Also, Skip Bayless. Not really Shannon Sharp, but those are the main ones that in my crosshairs. Let's go get this. We're gonna get this weekly rant wrath, right? See, this all started. Oh yeah, and this episode, shout out to Kwame Brown. It's in dedication to Kwame Brown and saying that we rocking with you, Kwame Brown. His dedication is sponsored by Mama's Cooking. That's a Kwame Brown thing. I'm not stealing it. That's in dedication and Mama's Cooking is sprinkled all over this, and that's in showing Kwame Brown some love. So this Mama's Cooking is sprinkled all over this, right? And if you don't know what I'm talking about, go look at the Kwame Brown clips on TV. So Matt Barnes and Steven Jackson were on All the Smoke podcast with Gilbert Arenas. And around the 57-minute mark, they started to talk about Kwame Brown. And Matt Barnes and Steven Jackson made some slide comments, some coochie comments about Kwame Brown being a not so celebrated number one pick. Not so a number one pick that didn't live up to their standard, saying he was a bust, saying he was trash and all these things. Throughout the last 20 years, Kwame Brown has been a punchline within the NBA. He was cool, he was chilling, they say nothing to nobody. So this is how all of this started. Matt Barnes made the comments, Steven Jackson made the comments, Gilbert Arenas was saying, I felt like Gilbert Arenas really didn't make no slight comments about him, but since he was in the room, he got the shrapnel. But Gilbert Arenas was explaining what happened with Kwame Brown when he got drafted to the Washington Wizards as a 17-year-old rookie straight out of high school. And he got Michael Jordan. And Michael Jordan ain't the greatest leader, and he was trying to lead Kwame Brown the same way he did Scottie Pippen them, grown men in their 30s versus 17-year-old. It didn't work. So Kwame Brown really didn't pan out the way Michael Jordan expected. But at the same time, when the Wizards drafted Kwame Brown, the intentions was to trade him for Elton Brand, but that didn't go through. So they were kind of, all right, we got Kwame Brown, what we're going to do with it, and it didn't work out. But Kwame Brown ultimately had a 12-year career. So people say he was a bust, all those things, but busts don't have 12-year basketball careers. I'm just saying. All right, so Matt Barnes makes his comments. Steven Jackson make his comments. And then Kwame Brown goes off. So Matt Barnes is now known as Becky with the good hair. And Steven, he referred to him as Becky with the good hair. He referred to Steven Jackson as the fake thug. Both of them as fake thugs. He took a lot of personal shots at all of them because of the things that they were saying. So there's back and forth between them and all that. Jamell Hill jumps in. Jamell Hill. Sometimes, hey man, Jamell Hill, you gonna learn. You're going to learn to keep your mouth closed. Social media going to keep you in trouble. You're going to learn to keep your mouth closed and stay out of other folk business that ain't got nothing to do with you. So Jamell Hill going to tweet something, basically paraphrasing something like, oh, I see what's all this going on. I hope I've never said anything about Kwame Brown because I don't want to be in this crosshairs. Now your ass in the crosshairs, Jamell Hill. Be your ass quiet. Nobody said, it's like nobody, absolutely nobody. Jamell Hill. Well, I ain't say nothing about Kwame Brown because I don't want Kwame Brown to say nothing about me. Shut your ass up, Jamell Hill. Nobody asked you anything. This had nothing to do with you. So guess what? Now you got to get some of the smoke from Kwame Brown because you decided that you want to throw your tweets out. And then, of course, all the sports shows and everybody talking about it because Kwame Brown right now is the people's champ. We ride with Kwame Brown because he's exposing everybody and everything. So he went in on Matt Barnes and his life and his personal stuff. Went in on Steven Jackson and his personal stuff, right? Went in on Jamell Hill, Stephen A. Smith. Somebody sent him videos of Stephen A. Matter of fact, Stephen A. Smith, I've been telling y'all about Stephen A. Smith. Stephen A. Smith, a lame, man. Lame, capital lame, man. I've been telling y'all about Stephen A. Smith and Skip Bayless for the longest, man. Stop trusting them dudes. I watched an 11-minute clip the other day of Stephen A. Smith talking junk about Kwame Brown through his career, calling him Kwame Brown. He called him that because he didn't respect this game. There's a video, 11-minute video of Stephen A. Smith disrespecting Kwame Brown, talking junk about him about his career. Talked to my homie Pat. He was saying there's like a 6-7 minute video of Stephen A. Smith just saying Kwame Brown. There's several videos of Stephen A. Smith at colleges using Kwame Brown, I guess, as the example of what not to be in life, even though the man had a 12-year career. I'm just saying, made $60 million. $60 million, 12 years in the NBA. All right. And he might not have panned out to what everybody else expected him to be, but he had a successful career. Sprinkled with mama's cooking. Right? Was able to buy his mom's a house, was able to do what he needed to do, and he's good. Ain't bothering nobody. So he had to give Stephen A. Smith the business, had to give Skip Bayless the business because they sent videos of Skip Bayless. So I'm gonna say Charlamagne for last. So he going in on all those cats in the sports realm. Skip Bayless was like, Skip Bayless and Shannon Sharp was talking about it, and Kwame going off on everybody. So Kwame let Shannon Sharp have it. I'm not mad at what he said about Shannon Sharp, but I didn't think Shannon Sharp really said anything about him. But one of the main things Kwame Brown is saying, and a lot of people have been saying about a lot of the black men that are the main focus ones on these sports shows, like Stephen A. Smith, like Matt Barnes and them, like Shannon Sharp, like Will Bond and them. Even though I ain't never really heard nobody say nothing about Will Bond till now, yes, I have heard a couple people, but it's like they're black, but they're not necessarily. They're basically them the people that when we say all skin ain't kin, those are the people that a lot of people are talking about when they say no, all skin ain't kin. When I say it, I am talking about Stephen A. Smith. I am talking about him being skin that ain't kin, and Skip Bayless cannot be trusted. I've been telling y'all that. Any man that would go on the campaign to talk bad about a man for 19 years, you can't trust Skip Bayless. Fuck Skip Bayless. Fuck Stephen A. Smith as well, right? But it's like Stephen A. Smith and Skip Bayless, they went out of their way to disrespect and talk bad about Kwame Brown over the years. Throughout that man's career, over the years, they went out of their way. Like there's video of Jalen Rose defending Kwame Brown from Stephen A. Smith, and Skip Bayless calling Kwame Brown a scrub. And Jalen Rose is like, well, how can you be a scrub and a bust and you have a 10-year career? So that's going on. So Kwame Brown going off on them for that. And then soft ass Charlamagne decided he wanted to jump into it. And I saw a video today of Charlamagne issuing an apology for what he said. But basically what Charlamagne said is what he said in his attempt to defend Kwame Brown. And if that was his attempt to defend Kwame Brown, that was a poor ass attempt to defend Kwame Brown. But he went on the Breakfast Club and he was saying, hey, y'all, he started off by saying, y'all better leave Kwame Brown alone. And then he said, y'all better leave Kwame Brown alone. And then went on to talk about how Kwame Brown's father beat this woman and basically killed this woman. Went on to tell the world about how Kwame Brown's brother was killed and all the interactions that they had. And Kwame Brown released a video saying, hey, Charlamagne, thank you for telling me what happened with my father and the murder and how my father died and how my brother died and things that I didn't know. So Charlamagne and his alleged attempt to defend Kwame Brown exposed all that man business in his family. And then his apology, he was saying, well, I apologize for doing that, but that's just kind of what I'm used to doing. When we talk about things, we defend the people, we put all of it. I don't know people who in defense of somebody would just spill all their business. I don't know that. So Charlamagne, you a whole hoe for that, and you deserve everything you get. A whole hoe. Like Matt Barnes, you was a whole hoe. Because you started all this. You and Steven Jackson started all this. Y'all didn't have to say nothing about Kwame Brown on y'all show. That man wasn't saying nothing about y'all. That man wasn't messing with none of y'all. All the stuff that y'all been saying about Kwame Brown over the years, Stephen A. Smith, Skip Bayless, and all that stuff there. Y'all ain't have to say it, but you did it. Now, y'all all hoes for that. All y'all. Charlamagne, Stephen A., Skip, Matt Barnes, Steven Jackson, all y'all folk. Y'all some hoes. Straight, nasty, crack hoes with crabs and herpes. Hoes. Bitch boys. Fuck boys. Can't be trusted boys. Skin ain't kin list boys. It's whole shit. It's whole shit. You didn't have to say a damn thing about the man, but you decided to say something about that man, take shots at the man, and here we are. Kwame Brown is exposing everything. Kwame Brown, his rebuttals are legendary. He's letting them have it, and the people are riding with Kwame Brown. Leave that goddamn man alone. Keep that man name out your mouth. Y'all, the fact that you are Jamell Hill too, the fact that you all are saying what y'all saying, like, if I'm Shannon Sharp, I'm into these people, and they ask me about this Kwame Brown situation back pre-show when we to get the show together. I'm not. They ask me, I ain't saying nothing about Kwame Brown. I ain't got nothing to say about Kwame Brown. It ain't got nothing to do with me. I ain't got nothing to say about it. I'll talk about the other people and saying they shouldn't have been saying nothing, but I ain't saying nothing about Kwame Brown because that man ain't do nothing to nobody. Stop trying to defend things. Stop trying to explain things for other people and all these different things. Sometimes you just gotta leave stuff alone. Sometimes you got to do it, but even Skip Bayless is like, well, I'm going to give him a pass on this because with the personal shots, like, who cares if y'all like or dislike the personal shots that he's taking? That man saying what he's saying, because for the last 20 years, y'all made that man a punchline. For the last 20 years, y'all been fucking with that man. Instead of trying to uplift that man, y'all decided to ride down on that man. So this is Kwame's revenge, and the people are with Kwame Brown, because y'all should have shut y'all motherfucking mouths up, but you didn't, and you started talking. So here it is, and we loving what the fuck Kwame Brown doing. All hell Kwame Brown. Keep the pressure on they motherfucking asses, because they shouldn't have been fucking with you. Leave people alone. How hard is it to leave people alone, especially people who ain't messing with you? See, what y'all done did, you done fuck with the wrong person. You done fuck with a person that you can't control. You done fuck with a person who no corporation is behind. You can't get him in trouble. You can't tell nobody on him. He got his own platform, and he got his own thing, and he can release his own shit, and he can lean on you, and ain't nobody you can tell, and ain't nothing you can do to get him up off your ass. He went in on Charlamagne bitch ass like he's supposed to. Fuck you, Charlamagne. The one thing he said about Charlamagne, after Charlamagne exposed all his family businesses, he went back. He reminded us of a clip where Charlamagne talked about how he gave a girl some alcohol with the Spanish fly in it and got her drunk and inhibited and had sex with her, allegedly. Well, no, Charlamagne told that story. That's the story Charlamagne told. So Kwame Brown brought that back up, how Charlamagne could tell that story and suffer no consequences. And I think they said he eventually married the woman. That's the one he's married to. But Kwame Brown also pointed out something else. Kwame Brown was a part of the 2001 draft, the first pick of the 2001 draft, 17-year-old pick out of high school. The 2001 draft was around the first time when they started talking about players possibly shouldn't be coming out of high school. They should be spending at least 1 year in the NBA and NCAA before they go straight to the NBA. 2005 was the last time a player was drafted straight out of high school. I forgot the young man's name, but 2005. After that, you have the mandatory 1 year in the NCAA, which is unconstitutional, by the way, denying the person the right to work. But it was all a plot, and Kwame Brown helped put the dots together. It was all a plot to make sure that the NCAA can continue to make money off the players. If they, at least for 1 or 2 years, make money off of them, maybe not 3 or 4 like in the past, but at least 1 or 2 years, make money off these big name players coming out of high school before they go to the league. It's all about money. It's all about positioning. And it was all about demonizing these draft picks from 2001 to 2005, especially the picks coming out of high school, to make it say, hey, These guys are not successful. These guys are not ready. This is not happening. These guys need to be made to go to college for 1 year, which will put money back into the NCAA's pocket because the NCAA was in fear of losing money moving forward. That's how we got to where we are right now with what's going on. And Kwame Brown ain't doing no but sprinkle some mama's cooking on all that and let us know and be able to connect the dots. And I'm in there, light bulbs just going off like, oh man, that's wild. But none of this we wouldn't be here if Matt Barnes and Steven Jackson would have just been cool and not been on that whole shit and not been calling people out. So Matt Barnes, you are forever now Becky with the good hair. That ain't going nowhere. You got a hood nickname that ain't going nowhere. Becky with the good hair. So every time people think about Matt Barnes, they're gonna think about Becky with the good hair. And of course, he called Steven Jackson all kind of fake thugs and fake Muslims and all these things here. And leave people alone, though. I don't get it. I don't get the need to go out and do some of the things. Some people are just attention seekers, like Jamell Hill. Jamell Hill saw something going on and said, hey, ain't nobody saying my name, so let me insert my name so I can be a part of this too, because I want people to talk about me, because I don't know. Jamell, sit your ass down. That shit just lame. Sit your ass down, man. Charlamagne, sit your bitch ass down. Anybody ask you to say shit. Anybody ask you for nothing, to add nothing to none of this shit. I hope Kwame Brown don't let up off your motherfucking ass. Matt Barnes and Steven Jackson, I hope you don't let up off y'all ass. And Skip Bayless, I hope you don't let up off y'all asses. Y'all need to shut the fuck up and grow up. Learn how to be real men. Stop being on that whole shit and saying shit that you ain't supposed to be saying. Talk about people and fucking with people and all this shit here. Grow the fuck up.